Realme has just launched its latest mid-range smartphone, the Realme X2 in India. Now you might think that this is the successor to the Realme X or a lower priced version of the Realme X2 Pro, but it's actually more of an incremental update to the Realme XT. If that wasn't confusing enough, this phone is also known in other markets as the Realme XT 730G. With all of that out of the way, let's get started with our unboxing and first look. But before we do that, please do remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you're notified whenever we post a new video. So this is the box that the Realme X2 comes in. As we can see, there's a big picture of the phone on the front, and the first thing that grabs our attention is this green color, which is pretty unique. We haven't really seen anything like this before, so we can't wait to open out the box and check it out in the flesh. What we see here on the box are a couple of major specifications. There's of course the Snapdragon 730G processor and 30-watt VOOC fast charging, which is VOOC 4.0 over here. We hope that there is a suitable charger inside the box. Let's just take a quick look at what else there is on the outside. We've got the name of the product again. Nothing much, although we expect that retail units will have a little more advertising over here in terms of specifications. We can see that we've got the pearl green version, that's what it's called. And again, nothing else much to see on the box. So with that done, let us open this up. Great. So with the plastic gone, we first find a cardboard box, and of course there is a case for the phone inside it and a couple of leaflets with information. This case is pretty standard. It's a little smoky, it's not perfectly transparent. Let's put that down and pull out the phone itself. Here we can get our first look at this very bright pearl green color. Can get rid of that final layer of plastic, and here it is. This is absolutely certain to grab attention. It's very metallic and very emerald toned more than pearl. We can see this is similar to a lot of the Realme phones we've seen recently. There's a camera module over here that sticks out. The frame of this phone is green as well, but it's a slightly different color, so there is a little bit of a contrast, and of course the back is extremely reflective. So let's turn this on and we can put that aside while we look at what else is in this box. So of course there is a USB Type-C cable, and we can see a yellow little accent there on both sides. Next we have a SIM eject pin, and then finally the charger, which is very much like the OnePlus chargers we've seen, and that really should not be any surprise because Realme shares its parent company BBK with OnePlus and Oppo and Vivo. So we can see over here that this charger is rated for 5 volts 2 amps or 5 volts 6 amps, which comes to 30 watts. So that is the quick charger, and that is everything that you get in the box. We're going to put everything other than the phone aside now and set it up and talk a little bit about its features and specifications. So let's just quickly go through the setup process. So Realme really wants us to download all these apps during the setup process. We're gonna skip that, and we would recommend that most people do. And that's it. We can get started. So here we are at the home screen. As you can see, this is Oppo's ColorOS version 6.1 running on top of Android 9. We have an app drawer, and everything else seems to be as usual. We can also see that we have a plastic screen protector already applied on the screen, and here's the water drop notch at the top. There's a slight chin at the bottom of the screen, but the rest of the borders are fairly narrow. Let's check out the rest of this phone. So we've got just the power button on the right. There's the volume buttons and the SIM tray on the left. Let's take a look at the tray. There we have it, 2 nano SIM slots and a dedicated micro SD slot for storage expansion. Then we have a USB Type-C port on the bottom, 3.5mm audio socket and a single speaker. And the top is pretty much blank except for the secondary microphone. So at the rear we have 4 cameras in this vertical strip, and one of the main selling points of this phone is its 64 megapixel primary camera, but the others are an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 2 megapixel macro camera and a 2 megapixel portrait camera, which is meant to help with depth effects. We've got a single flash over there and a little bit of text that just says AI camera, and of course the Realme logo, which is meant to be visible when you're holding this phone up like a camera. So on the front we have a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED Full HD Plus screen. We've got a water drop notch in the front with a 32 megapixel front camera. The battery inside this phone is 4000 milliamp hours in capacity, and of course, as we've said, there is quick charging, which the company says will get you to 67% in just half an hour. The other huge selling point of this phone is its Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G SoC, which is said to have 15% better graphics performance than the standard Snapdragon 730. So of course this phone should be aimed at gamers and will probably be quite in demand as well. You'll have a choice of RAM and storage. Overall, the phone weighs 182 grams and is 8.6 millimeters thin, which makes it fairly easy to hold and use, even with one hand. So there you have it, the brand new Realme X2. Do tell us what you think about this phone, especially the bright green color, in the comment section below. And of course, for more reviews and videos like this, do visit us at gadgets360.com.